I was sitting at the kitchen table just watching my dad the other day.
Oh, yeah.
He had this new jar jam, and he was trying to open it. And, I mean, he has always been such a strong man.
Right, the guy who does everything.
Exactly. The kind of guy who fixed everything around the house. He always carried the heavy boxes, never asked for help. But this time, his hands just stopped.
Wow. That is hard to watch.
It really was. He looked at the jar, he smiled a little, and he just handed it across the table to me. He told me the lid was stuck.
Mm.
But when I took it, I mean, it opened right up. It opened so easily.
Yeah, I know that exact moment.
It is one of those creeping feelings, you know. You start to notice the small things in your parents or even in yourself.
The signs are always so quiet at first.
Right. Like the grocery bags seem heavier or the stairs look a little steeper than they used to. And it is incredibly easy to just write this off.
We all do it.
We just say, it is bound to happen. It is just getting older. Or maybe we think it is a sign to buy one of those fancy store-bought hormone pills you see on late-night TV.
That is the default thought, isn't it? We see age as this one-way street. We see the body slowing down, and we desperately want a single magic fix for it.
We really do. We just want a simple answer.
But the truth is, when people feel that loss of strength, they almost always blame a drop in just one or two hormones. Like for men, they assume their testosterone is just gone.
And for women, it is the estrogen drop after menopause, right?
Exactly. They think that is the whole story.
Yeah.
But having lived through this myself and watching so many friends go through it, I can tell you that explanation is missing the biggest pieces of the puzzle.
So if it is not just the one missing hormone, what is actually going on? Because that is what I really want to talk about today. What is happening in the body when that jar lid suddenly feels totally glued shut?
Well, think of your muscle tissue not just as a piece of meat, but as an active building site. Every single day, there is a crew of workers inside you, and they are constantly voting on whether to build you up or break you down.
Okay, a building site. I like that. Who are the workers?
You have 5 main ones. You have testosterone and estrogen, of course. They are the ones holding the blueprints. They send the main build signals.
Right, the ones we always hear about.
Yes. Then you have insulin. Think of insulin like a key that unlocks your cells so they can absorb food and fuel.
Got it.
Then there is the night crew. That is your growth hormone, which does all the deep repair work while you are sleeping.
Okay, that makes 4. Who is the 5th?
The 5th one is cortisol. That is your stress hormone. And cortisol's job is to send breakdown signals.
Breakdown. Why would the body want to break itself down?
Well, if you look closely at how our bodies age, the thing doing the most quiet damage to your strength is not the testosterone or the estrogen dropping. It is the cortisol that is rising.
Wait, really? The rising stress hormone is the main problem?
Yes. We hear the word cortisol all the time. It is a big wellness buzzword. But most people do not know what it actually does to their strength.
Let us unpack that a bit, because I always thought muscle just slowly faded away on its own.
Not at all. Your body is very smart. Think of muscle like a massive, expensive house.
Okay, an expensive house.
Right. It takes a massive amount of food, protein, and daily energy just to keep the lights on in that house.
It is costly for the body to keep it around.
Exactly. So your body is constantly checking to see if it wants to pay that high daily bill. Now, if you are constantly stressed, your body panics.
It thinks there is a real threat.
Right. It thinks you are in a survival state. So what does it do? It sells off its most expensive items to survive. And your muscle is the most expensive item you own.
Wow. So stress literally melts the muscle away.
Yes, it actively breaks it down. When your cortisol stays high, and I do not just mean from running from a bear, I mean low-grade worry.
Like worrying about aging parents.
Yes. Or family duties, money stress, dealing with chronic pain. Your body responds to that heavy mental load by tearing down the muscle tissue.
That is wild. It just breaks it down for quick energy.
Exactly. Your liver turns that broken muscle into quick blood sugar so you can fight or run away. It is a deeply physical reaction to an emotional state.
I never thought of it that way. The mind is quite literally shaping the muscle.
And to make matters worse, while the cortisol is breaking down your muscle, it tells your body to store more belly fat.
Oh, that is just cruel.
It is a double hit. You lose the costly, strong muscle, and you replace it with fat.
So if stress is actively tearing down the house during the day, how does the body ever catch up? What happens to that night crew you mentioned? The growth hormone.
This is where things get really tricky for folks over 50. The night crew, the growth hormone, only does its heavy lifting during deep, slow-wave sleep.
Only in deep sleep.
Only in deep sleep. But as we get older, our sleep patterns physically change. We spend way less time in that deep phase, and we wake up a lot more often.
Yeah, my mom talks about that all the time. She wakes up at 2 in the morning and just stares at the ceiling.
It is so common. And if you are waking up because you are stressed or your breathing is poor or you stare at a phone screen until midnight, that repair window just slams shut.
The night crew just never shows up to work.
Never shows up. The growth hormone just does not get released in the amounts you need.
So the daytime stress tears down the muscle, and the lack of deep sleep blocks the repair at night. I mean, that is a perfect storm for weakness.
It really is. And it leads to a very real body change. Your muscles naturally become stubborn as you get older.
Stubborn. How do you mean?
They become a bit deaf to the signals telling them to grow. When you are 20 years old, eating a small piece of chicken and taking a short walk sends a loud, clear signal to your body to build muscle.
The body hears it clearly.
Right. But when you are 70, that exact same meal and that exact same walk barely make a sound, the muscle just blocks the signal.
Wait, if the older muscles are blocking the signal and they are kind of deaf to the food, shouldn't older folks just eat massive giant meals, like huge steaks or massive protein shakes to force it through?
You would think so, wouldn't you?
If the muscle is deaf, you just have to yell louder.
It sounds totally logical, but the human body does not work like that at all.
Why not?
Because older muscle has a strict limit on what it can use at one time. If you eat a massive piece of meat at dinner, you do not get a massive spike in muscle building.
Really? It just goes to waste.
Pretty much. Your body can only use a modest amount of protein to build muscle in a single sitting. The rest just gets burned as basic energy or pushed out of the body.
So the giant steak idea is a total bust.
A total bust. And it is heavy on the stomach, which ruins that deep sleep we just talked about.
So how do you get past that stubborn muscle phase? If a huge meal does not work, what does?
The aging body responds so much better to small, steady drops of protein spread evenly across the entire day. You have to keep gently tapping the system.
Gently tapping it, just sending little notes.
Yes. I have a friend, a lovely man in his 60s. Let us call him Michael. He went through this exact struggle.
What happened with him?
He noticed a huge drop in his strength. He could barely carry his heavy toolboxes in the garage anymore.
Just like my dad with the jar.
Exactly. And Michael spent months and months going to clinics chasing these store-bought testosterone fixes. He was certain his hormones were just broken.
Because that is what we are told to think.
Right. But his real issues were hidden in plain sight. He was working late into the evenings, heavily stressed about his adult kids, and his sleep was a total mess.
Oh, wow. So his stress hormone was sky high.
Sky high. His night crew, the growth hormone, was completely shut down, and his muscles were just melting away to feed his worry.
He was basically trying to fix a leaky roof by watering the grass.
That is a great way to put it. He was looking in the wrong place entirely.
So did he figure it out?
He did, but not with the pill. He just started managing his daily rhythm. He made a strict rule to put his laptop away early. He started taking a slow evening walk to calm his mind.
Just simple stuff.
Very simple. But by lowering that evening worry, his deep sleep came back. His night crew finally showed up for work.
And his strength came back.
It did. Without a single medical patch or pill, he got his strength back, just by giving his body the peace it needed to repair itself.
That is incredible. And it shows how much we get wrong about aging. We are so focused on the loud things, like testosterone, that we miss the quiet things.
We miss the foundation.
Which makes me think about mothers and grandmothers. Because I feel like the myths are even worse when it comes to women.
Oh, absolutely. The pressure on older women is so unfair.
There is this deeply held cultural rule that as women age, they should just fade away. They should become smaller, take up less space, and just eat lightly.
The eat like a bird myth, it is everywhere, and it goes against every single thing the body actually needs.
Tell me more about that. Because women face the estrogen drop at menopause. Does that cause the muscle to fade?
It plays a big part. People think lost muscle in your 60s or 70s is just genetic, and you can never get it back.
Which is false.
Totally false. You can rebuild muscle well into your 80s. But women do face a unique hurdle.
Because of the estrogen.
Yes. When menopause hits, that sharp drop in estrogen does not just slow things down, it actually makes the body crave more protein just to stay level.
Wait, let me pause you there. Because we also know that a woman's body engine slows down after menopause. She burns fewer calories, right?
That is right. The daily burn slows down.
So if her engine is slower, but she starts eating more protein to make up for the lost estrogen, isn't she just going to gain a bunch of weight?
This is exactly where the confusion starts. People mix up the word protein with the idea of eating too much food overall.
How do you mean?
Well, when a woman has high estrogen in her 30s, that hormone acts like a helper. It helps the muscle easily grab the good stuff from her meals.
Okay, the estrogen is the helper.
Right. When that helper leaves after menopause, the muscle needs a stronger, clearer signal from the food itself to get the same exact result.
Ah, I see.
It does not mean eating massive plates of heavy food. Yeah. It just means the food she does eat needs to be richer in quality protein.
So if an older woman tries to cut back, and she just eats a tiny plain salad and a piece of toast to stay thin,
She is quite literally starving her muscle tissue.
that is a harsh contradiction. Culture tells older women to eat like birds to stay elegant and thin. But the body is screaming for more solid building blocks to fight off weakness.
Exactly. By eating so lightly, they are almost guaranteeing they will lose their strength.
That is so sad to hear, really. We're telling them to do the exact wrong thing.
We are. I have a dear friend. Let us call her Karen. She is 71 now. And her story is a perfect picture of this.
What happened with Karen?
Her hunger naturally faded as she got into her late 60s, which is very common. The desire to cook big meals just goes away.
Yeah, cooking for one or two can feel like a chore.
Exactly. So she started having just a piece of dry toast for breakfast, maybe a small bowl of clear soup for lunch.
The classic bird diet.
Yes. And within a year, she reached a point where she felt weak just trying to stand up from a low living room chair.
Oh, that is scary.
It terrified her. But she did not go sign up for some crazy heavy gym class, and she did not go searching for hormone shots.
So how did she fix it? Because standing up from a chair is a big deal.
She just flicked the myth upside down. She stopped eating like a bird. She started putting small, gentle amounts of good protein into every single meal.
Small amounts, like what?
Very simple foods. She added a couple of eggs in the morning. For lunch, she started having a little bit of soft curd or some fresh paneer with her soup.
Just everyday, normal foods.
Normal foods, evenly spaced out, and she paired this with really light daily movements in her own kitchen.
Like doing chores.
Sort of. She would lift light soup cans while the water boiled. She would hold the kitchen counter and do gentle, supported knee bends. Nothing painful, nothing heavy.
Just tapping the system, like you said before.
Exactly. Sending the quiet signal. And within a few months, she rebuilt enough strength to stand up from that chair with ease. She carries her own grocery bags again.
That is so hopeful. It proves that you do not need some dramatic lifestyle shift. You just need to understand the daily mechanics.
Yes, it is about working with the body, not against it.
So if we pull all these pieces together, the stress, the sleep, the food, the hormones, what does a real daily roadmap look like for someone listening right now? How do they get all these workers in the body to cooperate?
It starts with the food rhythm. You want to manage your protein, but also protect that insulin key we talked about.
Right, the key that unlocks the cells.
Yes. As we age, that key gets a little rusty. It does not turn as easily. Blood sugar can stay high. To fix that, you need steady, calm meals.
So what does a calm meal look like?
Starting the day with eggs is wonderful. It gives you a slow, steady stream of fuel and keeps your morning blood sugar totally flat.
No sugar spikes.
Exactly. And adding things like curd or plain yogurt introduces good bacteria for your gut health.
Gut health is huge right now. How does that connect to muscle?
It connects to everything. A happy gut lowers the total inflammation in your body. And lower inflammation means lower stress hormone.
Ah, the cortisol.
Right. It calms the panic signal.
Okay, so eggs and curd. What about later in the day?
For lunch and dinner, simple things like lentils, moong dal, or paneer are wonderful. Lentils are amazing because they give you protein, but also a huge amount of fiber.
And fiber is good for the rusty insulin key.
It is perfect for it. Fiber slows the food down. It stops the sugar from rushing into the blood, which protects you from diabetes risks and stops those awful energy crashes that make you feel so tired.
That makes total sense.
I know.
And what about the night shift? The sleep?
Well, a warm glass of plain milk before bed is actually a beautiful, proven habit. Milk has a slow-release protein that gently feeds the muscle all night long. Plus, it helps bring on that deep, slow-wave sleep for the growth hormone.
It is really like an orchestra, isn't it?
It truly is.
You cannot just tune the trumpet. Let us call that the testosterone and expect to hear a beautiful song. You need the woodwinds, which is your deep sleep. You need the strings, which is your protein and your insulin. And you need the conductor, which is your stress level, to keep everyone playing together.
Exactly. And to keep the music playing, you have to add in the physical movement. Walking after meals is pure magic for older adults. Just a simple walk.
Just a 10-minute walk after eating. It physically forces the muscles to open up and pull the sugar out of the blood. It acts like a back door when your insulin key is rusty.
That is such a simple, free tool. Walk after you eat.
Yes. And you must protect your rest. Keep your bedtime the same every night. Drink plenty of water to keep your joints happy, and avoid heavy, sugary meals late at night.
Because digestion ruins deep sleep.
Right. Your body should be repairing at night, not working hard to break down a heavy dinner.
Okay, so we have sleep, we have the spaced out food, the walking, the insulin care. But there's one thing I really want to ask you about.
Sure, what is it? When I look at how older folks live today, there's a totally different angle to this.
Yeah.
It is about being alone. How does being lonely fit into this whole body picture?
I am so glad you brought this up.
Mhm.
Because this is the piece that shocks people the most. But the body does not lie.
What happens in the body when someone is lonely?
The effects are very real. When you feel deeply lonely or isolated from family, your brain sees that as a deadly threat.
A threat, like a physical danger.
Yes. In the old days, being separated from the tribe meant you might not survive. The brain still works that way, so it spikes your stress hormone, your cortisol, just as high as if you were being chased by a wild animal.
Wait, you are saying that feeling lonely literally triggers the same stress that breaks down your muscle?
It absolutely does. Chronic loneliness puts the body into a massive panic state. Your blood pressure goes up, your insulin key gets rustier, your immunity drops, and your body starts melting down the muscle tissue because it thinks it is in a long-term survival crisis.
That is just heartbreaking to hear. So mental health and just having a friend is literally a physical need.
It is a biological must. Talking with a friend, laughing, feeling seen by your kids, these things calm the nervous system down.
They lower the stress hormone.
Yes. When you feel safe and loved, the body turns off the alarm. And only when the alarm is off will the body invest the energy to build back your strength.
That completely shifts how I think about wellness as we age. We always treat health as this lonely solo job.
Like a punishment, almost.
Right. You have
Yeah.
to eat your strict diet, you have to do your own lonely walk, you have to track your own steps on a watch. But the body is saying that community, that feeling of belonging, is just as powerful as the protein on your plate.
It is all connected. You cannot separate the heart from the muscle. The stress responds to your home life. The growth hormone responds to your bedtime peace. The insulin responds to your gentle walks.
And the missing hormones are just a tiny fraction of the total picture.
A very tiny piece. Your body is incredibly forgiving. It is so resilient, it will respond to your gentle care whether you are 55 or 85 years old.
This changes everything about how I view my dad sitting there with that jam jar. The loss of strength after 60 is not just a simple story of one hormone fading away.
No, it's not.
And it is certainly not a helpless, certain decline that cannot be helped. It is a daily, living response to how we feel, how we sleep, and how we connect.
It is how we live our days.
The quiet choices. Having a little egg or curd instead of just toast, taking a short walk with a neighbor after dinner, putting the phone away so the mind can rest. These little things just build up over time.
They compound beautifully.
As we gently wrap up our time together today, I want to leave you, the listener, with a final thought to hold on to. We spend so much money globally on store-bought pills and therapy fixes, trying to force our bodies to act young.
We push so hard.
We really do. But if deep loneliness and quiet worry physically tear down our muscles by raising our stress alarm, then maybe the ultimate way to stay strong is not found in a medical clinic at all. Maybe prioritizing a rich, warm social life, finding real peace in your evening routine, and sharing a good laugh with a close friend is actually the most powerful, active way to protect your physical body.
These thoughts, these questions, they don't have to stop here. Wellness Geek Seniors has many more podcasts and videos just like this one. Subscribe to the channel and explore other episodes that all flow the same gentle way. If this podcast felt genuinely useful to you, share it with even one person in your life. That one share can bring a real change in someone's life, and it helps Wellness Geek Seniors reach more people who truly need this. If this brought you real value, look for the join button right next to the Wellness Geek Seniors logo below this video. Click it and become a member of the Wellness Support Circle. Your support helps honest health awareness reach thousands who are silently struggling. Wellness Geek Seniors moves forward because of you. Thank you so much from the heart for being here.